Hey fam, Master Coach G, thriving after 50, mind, body, soul. And in this episode, I am talking about how you can reverse your type 2 diabetes. Now, I know that you've been told from your healthcare provider that you cannot reverse type 2 diabetes, but I am here to tell you that through a holistic approach, that it is very possible to reverse your type 2 diabetes. That is going to come through a lifestyle change, a dietary change, and consistent guidance from a naturopathic, holistic healthcare practitioner. Okay, so I want you to stay tuned and listen very closely on how you can reverse your type 2 diabetes. It's very possible through a holistic approach. This is Master Coach G, and I will see you on the inside. Fam, Master Coach G here, thriving after 50, mind, body, soul. And in this episode, I am talking about how you can reverse your type 2 diabetes. Yes, it is very possible through a holistic approach, and I want you to take notes on what you can do to reverse your type 2 diabetes. Now, I know that for many of you, you've been told that you cannot reverse your type 2 diabetes, but it is possible for many people through a lifestyle change, through a dietary change, and consistency. Okay, this is not a quick fix. This is not an overnight fix. This is not something you can do one time and hit it and quit it. Not that kind of thing. Okay, this is something that you have to be consistent with. You do have to have some lifestyle changes in order to accomplish this. Okay. And here's one important thing that I want you to understand. You will hear me talk about all four of the principles that I always talk about in almost every single episode that I have brought to you. Okay. The thing about the holistic approach is that exercise, your diet, your water intake, and your sleep. Okay, those are four principles that are going to always going to help you to stay on track with your health. Okay, so here are some things that you can do in order to reverse your type 2 diabetes. You definitely have to adopt a low carb, whole food diet. Okay, and I'm not talking about dieting. I'm talking about your diet, what you eat on a daily basis. Okay. You have to focus on low glycemic food, okay, like no starches, focus on vegetables, healthy fats, nuts, seeds, lean protein, things of that nature. You do have to reduce refined sugar and processed carbohydrates, okay? Eliminate the processed food. Seriously, you got to eliminate it because it is not healthy for you, period. Okay. And you may want to consider fasting, like restricting your time to eat. For me, I usually don't eat I stop eating around 7 p.m. and I won't eat again until the next morning, usually like around noonish, sometimes maybe a little bit sooner, but I take my body through a fast. I would highly recommend that you might consider that because it definitely helps your body for you to have that process in reference to fasting. Incorporate foods that's rich in fiber. Okay, like flaxseeds, leafy green vegetables, like the kale, the collard greens, the mustard greens, the turnip greens, things of that nature. Eat many greens as you can. The thing about greens is that they're healthy for you. It also helps you with the detox process as well. Because what you want to do is you want to stabilize your blood sugar, okay? Regular exercise, okay? And I'm big on the exercise thing. I'm not saying you got to go to the gym 5 days a week. What I'm saying is you do need to get some type of aerobic exercise in, whether that's walking, cycling, swimming, anything that's going to improve your insulin sensitivity. Okay, so yes, Aerobic exercise is really important. Strength training is important too because it helps you to build muscles, and it also helps to your glucose level. Okay, so yes, you should do some strength training. I'm not saying you got to go in the gym and lift 100 pounds. Just do a little something at home, 5-pound weights or something of that nature. If you don't have weights, get you a couple canned food, a couple cans of food, one in each hand, and just do some curls, triceps, biceps, just something simple. Like I said, you don't have to go overboard. But what you should do is you should definitely aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate exercise a week. Okay? Your goal should be 150 minutes of moderate activity every single week, which is at least 5 days a week. Okay? Here's something else that is key. Maintaining a healthy weight. Okay? Most people that have diabetes are overweight. Okay? There is a direct connection with your weight and diabetes. Okay? Even if you reduce your body weight by 5 to 10%, it can be significant, okay? It will definitely help you to improve your insulin resistance. So if you can reduce your body weight by 5 to 10%, then I would highly recommend that you focus on that as well, okay? Focus on sustaining, not the crash diet thing. That doesn't work. Okay, stay away from the crash diets. You can't be off and on because that takes you through the whole yo-yo thing. Okay, I'm not saying become a vegan or vegetarian because I don't practice either one of those things. I'm just saying that your diet is very important and you have to be consistent with your diet. And here's something else that's really, really key: stress management. You have to manage your stress. Chronic stress leads to high blood sugar levels, which makes it worse. Stress can send your blood level sugars up. So you have to be really careful with your stress level. Okay? That's the reason why exercise is good. Exercise for me is like, it's a stress reliever. Okay? If you can practice like mindfulness, whether it's meditation, prayer, yoga, deep breathing exercises, those things help you with your stress level because chronic stress is not good for your body. It is not. You have to learn how to maintain and manage your stress levels. Okay. Here's a real important key. And I told you I mentioned it at the top of the show. Your sleep is important. You have to aim, and your goal should be between a minimum of 7 hours to 9 hours of sleep a night. Every single night, 7 days a week. Your goal should be 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. Now, I know that sounds like a lot for a lot of people. Most people don't even come close to 7 hours. When people say to me, oh, I get 4 hours of sleep and I'm good. Well, let me tell you, you're not. You're absolutely not. You may seem good, but here's what I'm here to tell you is that your body is not resetting itself. It is not resetting itself because you're not giving it time to reset itself. That's why sleep is so important, okay? And poor sleep disrupts our hormones. It disrupts the hormones that regulate the blood sugar. Okay, that's why you have to develop good sleeping habits. You have to develop the habit of training your circadian clock. Okay, we all have a circadian clock and we all have to practice on setting that clock inside of us because poor sleeping habits disrupt our hormones and that interrupts our blood sugar. That's the reason why sleep is so important because our body has to regulate our hormones while we're sleeping. Okay, and monitor your blood sugar. If in fact you do have diabetes, type 2 diabetes, you do have to monitor your blood sugar, okay? Regularly monitoring your blood sugar does help identify the patterns so that you can adjust your lifestyle choices. Okay, so if you see that you overate or you ate something that you shouldn't have, then if you monitor your blood level sugar today and you had, like a lot of chocolate or a lot of sweets or whatever, a lot of processed food, then that's you know what, I need to adjust this pattern because I see that today I ate too much junk and now I need to adjust that. Okay, so and keeping a log of that will help you to be able to adjust the patterns. That's why it's important for you to monitor that. Take a look at the patterns, look at what you're doing on a daily basis so that you can make the necessary adjustments. Okay, you have to address the nutritional deficiencies. Okay, and here's what you should do also. You should consider supplements, especially like supplements like magnesium, omega-3s, the fatty 3 acid will help improve your insulin sensitivity. Okay, I would highly recommend that you work with a naturopathic healthcare provider so that way you can find out what your deficiencies are and that you can work on that. Because if you don't know what your deficiencies are, then you can't work on it. You can't fix it. So seek professional guidance and make sure that your dietary is on track, because that's really important, because you need to be provided a personalized recommendation on what it is that you need to do in reference to your diabetes. Okay, so they do have certified diabetes educators, dietitians, naturopathic practitioners. I would say because we do want to stick with the all-natural way of regulating and eliminating your diabetes, your type 2 diabetes, I would say that find a certified diabetes educator, a dietitian, naturopathic practitioner, so that you can get recommendations on what you need to do. Okay. Now, I know some of you are on medication and may even be on insulin, but with adjustments in your lifestyle changes, you can, let me say it again, you can eliminate this. Okay. But here's the key: consistency. Consistency is the key. Okay. Because if you can sustain yourself and make the improvements, this is a long-term thing. Okay, not a short-term fix. This is not a short-term fix. So, again, get with a certified natural practitioner so that you can explore natural remedies and get a tailor-made individual plan that's going to fit your needs. And find a herbal doctor if you can, because they have the supplements that you need that will guide you to helping you to eliminate the type 2 diabetes, because you can reverse type 2 diabetes, but it does require consistency, patience, and support. Okay. Now, a lot of people may feel like they're in remission when they do their follow-ups, but again, the lifestyle change, you got to maintain the lifestyle changes, because it's long term. That's how you're going to see the success. Okay. So to create the detailed and tailor-made plan for reversing type 2 diabetes, I'm going to break it down and tell you some manageable steps that you can do at home yourself that will help you to reverse your type 2 diabetes. Okay. First of all, you got to set the foundation. Setting the foundation is understanding your health. Okay, you get your lab work done. You consult with your naturopathic practitioner or even your healthcare provider, your doctor. Check with your doctor. I would say definitely track your progress. Okay, keep a journal so that you can monitor your blood sugar. Okay, your diet, your weight, your activity, all those things play a big part. Okay, develop a sustainable diet plan. Okay, so a weekly diet breakdown is, of course, you do your breakfast, the high protein smoothies with spinach, unsweetened almond milk, eggs, avocado, some sauteed greens. For lunch, you can do grilled chicken, salad, olive oil dressing. You can do soup, lentil soup, with a side of steamed vegetables. Okay. For dinner, you can do baked salmon with roasted asparagus, some stir-fried cauliflower with rice, cauliflower rice, that is. For a snack, nuts are always good. Nuts are always a good snack. Almonds, walnuts in small portions. Now, don't go crazy. Don't eat a whole container of nuts. No, because I love nuts. I like peanuts. I like walnuts. I like pecans. I like cashews. But I have to eat them in moderation because I can go through a whole container of nuts. So eat them in moderation. Check out your portion size. Small portions, okay? Fruit. Fresh fruits like berries, okay? That is always a plus. Plus, it helps you with your antioxidants, the blueberries, things of that nature. Limit your sugar, okay? Avoid the sweetened beverages and desserts. Now, I'm not saying that you could have to totally eliminate it. I'm saying doing it in moderation, okay? You don't have to have a dessert after every meal. I know some people feel that they just got to have their dessert, and I get it. But nope, okay? Here's another thing that's important. One of the 4 principles is stay dehydrated. You gotta stay dehydrated. Plus, it helps control your hunger, okay? Because if you notice, if you drink a full bottle of water, let's say you were hungry, but if you drink a full bottle of water, then of course you're not going to be as hungry because the water is, number one, is helping you to stay hydrated, number one, and number 2 is helping to control your hunger. I would definitely recommend fasting, not all day, but if you want to fast all day, that's fine. Maybe one day a week, a couple days a week, but I would say, if you're on medication, of course, I know some people have to take medication. Have to eat before they take the medication, and that's fine. But you don't have to eat, large portion, large meals. So kind of, watch what you're eating. Now, here's another one of the 4 principles, which is you got to commit to an exercise regimen. You got to commit to that, okay? You should have a weekly workout plan. You should walk 30 minutes a day, plus 15 minutes of strength training. That's day 1, okay? Take a brisk walk, 30 minutes, and then do at least 15 minutes of strength training. Day 2, you can do 20 minutes of cycling or yoga, okay? Day 3, you can rest and do some light stretching. Day 4, you can use your resistant bands to exercise. Do 20 minutes of cardio. I get on the treadmill. Every time I go to the gym, I do at least 30 minutes. So you should do at least 20 to 30 minutes of cardio every single day. Day 5, take a long walk or hike for at least 45 minutes. Okay? You can do swimming. You can dance. If you like to dance, you can whatever. Just get some physical activity in. A minimum of 30 to 45 minutes. And then day 7, you can rest. Okay? So if you follow this plan, and start small. I'm not telling you got to, go like gangbusters, but you should have an incentive to want to increase it as you go along. You should want to increase your fitness level, your wellness level, your physical activity, because it's going to definitely help you to manage your stress, okay? Daily, look at this, okay? Stress management on a daily basis. In the mornings, get up, do your prayer time, do your meditation, do 10 minutes of deep breathing, okay? In the afternoon, go for a short walk outdoors, get some fresh air to refresh yourself. In the evenings, relax with a hobby or journaling. And the other thing, don't be scrolling on social media before it's time for you to go to bed because your sleep is important. You have to have a regular bedtime routine, okay? You have to have a set sleep schedule, okay? So I would say like 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., that's a good sleep time. But try to avoid screen time before an hour before your bedtime. because it's not good for your body to be looking at your phone an hour before you get ready to go to bed. So definitely watch that before you go to bed. I always recommend that you take an hour to unwind, to unplug before it's time for you to go to bed. What I do is, I try not to get on the phone, but lately I've kind of branched off into something new. So I do have Zoom calls at 8 o'clock because 8 p.m. was my bedtime, but now it's like 8:45. So I have to add some time to that because, my my circadian clock is still waking up at 3 a.m. So I have to try to work that out. But I would say 10, if you like to be in bed by 10 p.m., by 9, whatever that hasn't gotten done by 9 p.m., shut it down. Seriously, shut it down, relax your body, relax your mind, so that way by 10 p.m. you are ready to go to sleep and get good quality sleep. Okay, make sure that your sleep environment is good, that that whether you like a cool room, but make sure that it's dark and quiet so that you will be able to unplug. Okay, close your blinds, keep it nice and comfortable so that way you can get the sleep that you need. Okay, because it's really important that we stay on track with our sleep. Our bodies have to reset itself. It has to. Absolutely has to. Hey, listen, that's what I have for you today. I want you to seek out a naturopathic practitioner that will help you to reverse your diabetes, type 2 diabetes naturally, because it does take consistency. It does take support, because this is something that you do have to stay on track with. You cannot do it on your own. So, hey, feel free to reach out to me. I'll give you my phone number, 972-480-1459. I am here to support you in helping you to reverse your type 2 diabetes. That's what I have for you today. I hope this episode has added value to your life. Thank you for joining me here on Thriving After 50, Mind, Body, Soul. But as usual, before I get out of here, I got to give a shout out to my listeners here in the United States, Canada, Australia, Russia Federation, China, Mexico, Belgium, Ireland, South Africa, Brazil, Nigeria, United Kingdom, Germany, France, Bangladesh, Ukraine, Kuwait, India, Hong Kong, the Dominican Republic, the Philippines, and Barbados just joined us. Thank you all for listening. I appreciate you all so much. The listening audience is continuing to grow. If this podcast has been a blessing to you, if it's been a benefit to you in any way whatsoever, please hit the subscribe button, follow me, and share this with someone. Share this with someone who may be struggling with their type 2 diabetes. And please, hey, leave me a review. Let me know if this episode has been a benefit to you. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for listening. And please remember, knowledge applied is power. This information does you no good if you're not applying it. So please understand that knowledge applied is power. This is Master Coach G, and I will see you on the next level.